As we leave Natuashish on the sixth leg of our journey, we would be continuing to head north another 133 kilometers to the community of Nain. That would be the last stop on our northern journey, and then we would turn around and head back. But we wouldn't be disappointed in this part of our journey, as the landscape has somewhat changed and icebergs would continue to be part of our daily viewing, both from near and far. And so we would enjoy being out on deck and just taking some of the pictures of the bergs from the different angles, as well as different bergs in general. Some would get very close, as you can see right. The terrain as well had changed significantly, with very few, if any, trees on the islands that would be part of our journey as we headed north. And we thoroughly enjoyed the scenery of this part of Newfoundland and Labrador. Seemed like at times we were zigzagging through the different islands, as the channels would be in different places and not at all safe to travel with such a large ship. We even encountered a couple of sea-dews as we approached close to Nain, and you can see them just pictured here. Birds had been a constant throughout our trip, mainly seagulls and sterns. I guess that's what they're called. But anyway, I wasn't ready to encounter my first puffin on this trip, as I had asked if there were any puffins, and I was told that not this far north. But on our trip from Natuashish up to Nain, I encountered my first puffin in the wild. And I was very surprised at it. This bird, it took it so long to get to flight. Maybe it had a full belly, but when I got the pictures and looked more closely at them, yes, it was my first puffin. As we moved north from Natuashish, we also encountered some whales. I was told that the one here is a minke whale. Not sure that's correct, but I was glad to see it just off the left side of the boat. And then as we got into some calmer waters, we encountered some other whales, and you can see them blowing here, and I was told that they are common in this area. Not sure if you can make out the color, but they are white, the skin, and of course that is what the color of a beluga whale is. So very thankful to be able to see those. And then as we neared Nain and entered Nain, the sunset was just beautiful. We're here at the top of, I guess, Labrador and our trek. We just got cell phone service or Wi-Fi, and just coming into the community of Nain. Straight ahead there now. Using my wife's phone now because I left mine in Nain. Sorry, not in Nain, in Natuashish. So hopefully I'll get it on our return trip. But Nain, straight ahead there, largest community on the coast. They tell me it's over 1,200 people living here. So we'll be in there in about 20 minutes, I would think. Coming into the dock now. And Nain.
So perfect. This is so perfect.
Yep. Do that, yes.
Sick.
We have been informed that this will be a bit of a longer stop, so we had the opportunity to do some exploring once they started to unload the different items that they had for Nain. As has been said, we would be heading back down the coast now, and we would leave here later in the evening. We had the opportunity to explore one of the oldest churches on the coast here in Nain, and one of the local, I guess I would call him deacons, allowed us to tour the building, and he gave us some information regarding it. So a couple of the friends that we had met on the boat, the four of us went inside the church, and he gave us a tour, so to speak. A lot of activity on the waterfront tonight. Just here in Nain, first time here. And they're loading and unloading now the boat for our trip back. Supposed to be here until about midnight, and then we'll head back to Natuashish. But this is the end of our trip with regards to going north, and it's been very, very enjoyable. I would suggest anybody that's watching this video, if you have the opportunity, please avail of it. Spent about a half hour inside of the church. This is the second one, because the one previous to that, the original, ended up burning in a fire. And now we just said our goodbyes to the gentleman that gave us the tour, and now we're going to make our way back to the boat. As was said earlier, be leaving